Hi guys, it's Kevin, and as you can see from the title, today we'll teach you how to build a $200,000 per year, so multiple six-figure profit business in 2 years working 5 hours per week. Why do I know that? Because I've done that, obviously, as you can see here. This is my last year income for my business. And the best part is that profit is around 70%, and I've been doing that working 5 hours per week or less during the last couple of years. Okay, and the good thing is also my students, private students, have been following the same blueprint that I'm about to explain you, and they've been achieving their first $5,000-$10,000 per month within just 6 months of following this exact blueprint. So just stick around, watch it all. Obviously, this is a blueprint for doing it yourself. Okay, if you work one-on-one with someone that has already done it and has all the experience, it's gonna take you way less time. So watch the video until the end because I will explain you all the sauce. Before getting started, actually, I would really like to explain you what is this business and how it works. We are gonna leverage Amazon. Okay, obviously we're gonna sell on the biggest world marketplace, and that you can already see how powerful this can get. And we're gonna leverage the KDP platform. What does KDP do? It allows you to sell your own books, okay? And it's way less complicated than you can imagine. You really need no skills to get started with. But you will need to do some work, obviously, and that's why the 5 hours per week. It still has a lot of advantages compared to any other business. The main one is that it can be created and maintained with very low time investment, okay? You don't need to show your face, you don't need to put yourself out there, you don't need to quit your job or anything like that, at least initially. No skills, you can keep it secret, again, like nobody has to really know it, and nobody knew that I had this business for the first few years, actually. They were just seeing like the effect on my lifestyle, because I went from making zero to like, multiple six figures, so like it was quite obvious, but like nobody knew what I was really doing, and still to the date, most people don't. Can be done with a very small and easy to assemble team. Okay, forget like all those like big businesses that you have to have customer service, you have to hire like someone that manage the inventory, etc. You don't need to do anything of that. So that's why you will need a very lean team, and there's low time investment, because like if you start in your business that requires some stock management, finding like finding sellers, finding like people that finding people that have a production to create your business, etc., it's gonna take endless time from you. You don't need to do anything like that here, okay? Or you just have to create some PDFs, pretty much. And that's why you can also leverage the AI evolution. AI is almost ready to the big next step. And it's important that you learn it and integrate it in this system, okay? Especially during the next 6 months, guys. This next 6 months, this 2025 is gonna be crucial. For AI, we will see how it develops, but everybody can see how fast it's moving. And books are the counter trend, guys. We're gonna get more and more sales, okay? Logically, you might say, well, with this AI and we have all this information on social media, etc., who is gonna buy books? Well, this is the counter trend. Like every trend, okay, that develop, like social media, there is a counter trend that is developing. So for example, dopamine detox, or like living in the real world, being present, etc., etc. Like all the meditation coach and like presence coach, they've been seeing a huge increase in their business. They didn't even exist before social media, pretty much. And the same is happening with technology and books. Books are just increasing and increasing. This is a forecast from Straits about the growth of the books market in the US. It's gonna reach $165 billion in 2031. So it's just gonna increase and increase. And it logically just makes sense. And I'm noticing that also in my business. It's like, the same position in the chart for a book 5 years ago, now you're selling way more with the same chart position after 5 years. So it's just increasing and increasing. And this works for every country, guys. So now let's go to the step-by-step process. And again, this is for people that, like, if you want to learn it yourself, okay? Like if you book a call with me with a link in the description, a one-on-one call, and you start working one-on-one with me, I will give you all the structure to use and copy-paste, and I will also train assistants for you if you require that and you don't have enough time. I will just do everything for you. So make sure to check it out. But month 1, it's gonna just be learning the basics. So 31 days from now that you found this video, you're just gonna have to dedicate it to learning how this works, and especially these few points that I've been writing down. So how Amazon works, okay? How the editorial market works, what is a book, how a book works, like what are the books that are selling, what are the characteristics of a book that is a bestseller, And also moving through Amazon not as a buyer, but as a person that is doing research. It's quite different. Like, I mean, it's good to know how a buyer moves so that you can just replicate their customer journey, but like you will need to move in a different way, okay? And also like some very basic editorial design and writing. Why? Because this is what a book is made of. Like you will need to understand the layouts a bit, like check the interior of some books, check like how they've written, the writing styles, how can you replicate that, you know, with your small publishing house that you're gonna create. And if you're a reader yourself, well, you will already know most of these things. You just have to make them conscious. I think it's written like this. Yeah, okay. You just have to make this thing, the information you have in your head, conscious, and like, you know, literally sit down and say, okay, these books I've read was good because of this, and this book was not good, the interior I like this because of this, okay? So simple, month one, we are not gonna just, you know, do a bunch of stuff, like we're just gonna sharpen the aches. Then month to three, it comes the fun, applying the knowledge you've learned. You should already have found some decently, or at least like topics that you deem as profitable with your first month knowledge. If not, go out and start looking for them. I have a couple of videos, I even have a full course. You can check it out in the description. I will leave the two links, the research one and the full process one in the description. These videos were about the time frame where to like execute the things. For the execution, I will leave you more link in the descriptions of other YouTube videos, obviously for free, and you can just go to watch them right now. And then you will just have to execute on the idea you found. So you need to create a title, text and graphic for the interior, super easily outsourced for $10 per hour, for example, like Eastern Europe, Argentina, Philippines, etc. And a cover for your books. These are all the free things you need. That's pretty much it, okay? Quite easy. And then you just have to launch them and like, you know, find out also about Amazon ads, but there is an AI bot that works like good at the moment. It's gonna be improved, but like I've also made another video, we'll leave in the description, when you publish your book, okay, how to advertise it properly without knowing anything about advertisement. You'll likely not get many sales, just be aware of that, you know, because it is what it is, you know, whatever you use, whatever you've done, it's gonna be very hard unless you are working one-on-one with like some, you know, seasoned publisher. But it's just about gathering experience, okay? Like we are talking about making a business in 2 years, okay? So we have time. We just have to learn the basic, gather first feedbacks, and, you know, get comfortable. You will still likely make some money, like I'm telling you, like 90%. You're gonna make a few money, but not even nearly like 200K per year. This is the next step. Because month 3 to 6, you're gonna have your first winner. At this point, before month 3, you executed 2 free projects, got some sales, understood how to do the process, how to upload, how to create, how to like outsource some basic stuff. So what you're gonna do now is take your bestseller, even if you have sold like 3 copies, do something similar, like use the process you've used for this one, but with a better research. Now you have more experience, you know what sells, what not, and by publishing, you can identify, you know, after you publish a book, you identify like the main competitor, and you can just like see what they're doing and copy them pretty much in like the interior, the cover, the etc, etc. And normally on project 4, 1 to 8, you will have your first winner and reach your first $1,000 clean profit every single month. Okay, and it's gonna be long lasting if you've done everything properly. So it's never gonna die off after maybe 2, 4, 5, 10 years. But I have books published like, you know, 5 years ago that are still selling. So there is no fixed rules. And you likely also found a creation process that works for you, and that's gonna be way easier to work on a project. Before it took like 3 weeks of this whole 5 hours per week. Now it's gonna take you like, you know, 2 weeks, and then it's gonna take 1 week. Eventually it's gonna take 1 hour. Just send a WhatsApp to, you know, the manager, and it's gonna take care of everything else. Okay? So the focus for this phase are research, creation, and the quality of what you're gonna create to make it long lasting. Because again, we are talking about a 2-year time frame. We are not talking about making some quick bucks, which, by the way, doesn't exist, doesn't work. So you'd rather just focus on the long term. So those are the main things you should be focusing about. Okay, and then, okay, you will have your first winner, 1,000 per month after 6 months. Now you got good data, guys. You are in the perfect spot to sharpen and improve the process. Copy paste what you've been doing with the same team multiple times and create other mid-level winners. I wouldn't really focus on creating like the big move in the first 12 months. Just focus on creating a stable, lowest competition as possible products. that will long last and will give you like the cash flow to advance to the next step after the month 12 to build your multiple six-figure business. And yeah, guys, if you're making 5K per month at this point after 12 months, you are in the best spot to make 200K the year after. Like don't get fooled of like the, you know, this stable growth. Like it's exponential. So you learn the first few things. After 12 months, you're at this point. You have 5 winners, generating 1,000 each on average, maybe 500 to 2,000 or whatever. Like because every month it's also fluctuating. It's not time to celebrate and like go to pop battles in the club and like start traveling. Okay, depending on your situation, you can quit your job according to where you live and focus 100% on the business. And those are the first thing you should be focusing on. Research, always focus on research, the team, and the tools you are using, okay? Because now we have team and also like tools that can leverage AI, and these things have to work together, okay? Not only one, not only the other. All they have to work together. And the research skills that you've developed, because as you can see, research is always in the focus. So the more you have experience, the more you learn how to find a profitable topic and that is gonna, you know, make more and more money eventually. And this is gonna be the most important thing to scale to 10K, together with these things. Okay, if you can find a topic, execute on it with a like top level team and top level tools, you are gonna make like profit. Like that's just, you know, that's written in the stone. So now we have this thing, we have this little business together. It's time to focus on big winners now. Okay, the biggest switch here is going from like looking for mid-level winner books that are generating like some money to like actually breaking the bank, actually like, you know, entering this top 5,000 most sold book on Amazon, or like 500 if you are planning to sell them in Europe. Okay. And time to aim for the publishing nirvana. And a publishing nirvana is when you have a 6-figure business that on autopilot generate you 6 figures without you having to work, or like with very low maintenance, with 5 to 10 winners, which will be like mid and like level winner. It's good to be differentiated, generating 1 to 5K cash flow each. And the way to get to these high level winners and join the publishing nirvana is switching your perspective. Don't try to do it earlier. Don't like try to skip the steps unless, again, you are in my private coaching and, you know, you can ask me because I have the experience and I'm not skipping the steps. But if you are by yourself, then you shouldn't like start right away to looking for big winners. You gather the experience, you have a process, and now you can really aim higher. You can compete with like the big dogs. At this point, you have to start looking for a project that is making the difference. It is creating a breaking point, okay? Before and after this project. Mainly it's gonna be an untapped niche with or underdeveloped compared to real demand. So this is what you should be looking for. And instead of trying to generate some profit, it's really like, you know, being the choice of customer in this specific area. And then it's gonna make you 10K per month, okay? This single book, if you achieve that. I know because I've done that and also my students have done that. At this point, you should focus on research, systems, including the tools and everything, but like, you know, automate as much as possible and really finding, if you already have them, good, but really finding an A-tier team, like investing more money. You have a cash flow now. So you can go from paying like $10 per hour to like $25 per hour, for example, like your designer, your writers, etc., and get this like A-tier product that is gonna sell forever, like unbeatable by all the competitors, because most people never even reach this point, to be honest. So like if you have these 2 things, then like most publisher really, you have so much competitive advantage that like people are not gonna really start competing with you. And focus on working on 1-2 projects per month. With experience you've gathered, you'll very like 90% find a couple high-level winners at least and get your 6-figure business running and operating by itself without you being like micromanaging or doing anything. The good thing is that after you have your winner, it's there. Like nobody can take it away from you. Like, you know, you cannot run out of stock because Amazon will print as you sell and ship them to the customer. You will not, you know, get any problem unless Amazon crash and dies, whatever. Like, you know, guys, we have no control on this. But that's it, guys. And if you have a business generating 200K in profit, then you can sell it for like roughly $500,000. So potentially after 2 years, you will have yourself, I mean, let's say 3 years, so you will have 1 million in profit generated at this point. So this is really like, this is what you're looking for pretty much. If you are like a busy professional, or you have already a like very demanding job, you have some money like saved, but like you don't know how to get to these multiple millions or multiple six figure per year, then I'm pretty sure this is the best thing for you. So if you want to speed up all the process and like cut from 24 months to like 6 months or 6 to 12 months, then you can just book a call with me with the link in the description, and we will set up a specific plan tailored for you with the time you have available. We will decide if like it's necessary to like, hire right away an assistant to do all the work for you, and I will help you in training this. I will actually do it for you. And otherwise, if you want to do it yourself, you have all the plan. There is all the other video in the description that I've mentioned throughout this video, so you can just really go out and get started right now, because the time is gonna pass anyway, guys. Like 24 months from now are gonna pass anyway. It's gonna be 24 months from now. So if you start right now with these steps, then in 24 months from now you will be here. If you don't do anything, guys, and just scroll away and go back to looking like, the top 5 hot side hustle, then you're gonna be here in the same point, like in 24 months. So time is gonna pass. The only difference is what action you go to take. So really just go out and start learning more about this business. Watch all the other videos I have in my channel. Subscribe, obviously like this video, it was helpful, comment, whatever you want to say me. And yeah, congratulations, you have your 200K per year semi-passive business. And cheers, guys, I will see you in the next video.